Hello everyone. We are going to continue our lessons about Heart of Algebra of SAT Math Test. Today we are going to study y-intercept of linear equation. To understand y-intercept and x-intercept of linear equation, we will draw an xy plane as shown in figure. Then we will draw a linear equation line which is represented by straight line. There will be two important points that we must take in consideration. The first point is y-intercept, which is the point of intersection between y-axis and the line. At this point, x is equal 0. The second point is x-intercept, which is the point of intersection between x-axis and the line. At this point, y is equal 0. The linear equation can be represented mathematically as following: y equal mx plus c, where x is dependent input variable, y is independent output variable which depend on x, m is the slope of the equation, c is y-intercept. This form of equation can be called slope-intercept form, where the slope and the intercept appear as a constant in the equation m and c. In the figure shown, the y-intercept is equal 1, which represents the c constant in the linear equation. Then the equation can be written as y equal mx plus 1. Now there is an important tip that you must memorize, and it will be helpful for you in the test. The unit of c is the same as the unit of y. For example, if y refers to the weight and its unit is in grams, then the equation y equal mx plus c. The unit of y is gram, and then the unit of mx must be in gram and the unit of c must be in gram also. Then the left hand side of the equation unit is grams, and the right hand side of the equation the unit is grams. It's clear from the example that the unit of c must be equal the unit of y. There are three basic ideas that you will need to know before start solving problems on y-intercept or c constant of linear equations. These forms are y equal mx plus c, and y equal c minus mx, and y equal mx where c is equal 0. In the following slides we are going to talk in each form, and we will give sample examples as in test. Let's start by first form, where y equal mx plus c. In this form, they can ask about c by saying what is the initial value, or what is the flat rate, or what is the minimum value, or what is the basic value, or what is the starting value from certain date. All these words will refer to c constant in the problem. The equation mx plus c can be represented graphically as shown in figure, where y equals c at x is equal 0, and as x increases, y will also increases. In this form, y will refer to the total amount. In the next slide, we will take an explanation example. In this example, it started by giving us an equation s equal 5000 plus 70t, and says that Jack starts a new job of selling toys. He earns a basic salary plus a commission for every toy he sells. The equation above gives Jack's annual salary s in dollars after selling t toys. Based on the equation above, what is Jack's basic salary? When we see the word basic salary, it means that he wants to ask about c constant. Then the basic salary is equal 5000. In other words, he wants to ask Jack's salary if he didn't sell any toys where t will equal 0. Then the equation can be represented graphically as shown in figure, where s is equal 5000 at start, and then start to increase by increasing the number of toys he sells. They can ask the question in another way by saying what is the minimum salary could Jack earns. When we see the word minimum salary, it also refers to the c constant. Now it's clear that the units of the salary s and the constant c are the same. Let's take the second form of y-intercept where y equals c minus mx. In this form they can ask about c by saying what is the maximum value, or what is the total value, or what is the starting value at a certain date, and it can be represented graphically as shown in figure, where y will equal c at x equals 0, and as x start to increase, y will start to decrease until it reach 0 at x-intercept point. In this form, c will refer to total amount and y will refer to the remaining amount. Let's take an explanation example where g equal 45 minus 1.2 m, and it says if Sarah starts her car with a full tank of gas, the number of gallons of gas g left in the tank after driving m miles is given by the equation above. When full, how many gallons of gas does Sarah tank holds? The word full means total amount or maximum amount, which can be represented by C constant. Then Sarah tank hold at full is 45 gallons. Then the equation can be represented graphically as following, where G will represent the remaining number of gallons in the tank, and it will be 45 at full and start decreasing by driving m miles. Again, it's important to remember that the units of G and C are the same, which are gallons. Another idea on the second form of y-intercept where y equals c minus mx. As we said before and shown in figure, that y equals 0 at x-intercept point. By substituting by y equals 0 in the equation, then 0 equal c minus mx. Then we will get c equal mx at the point y equals 0. Sometimes in the test they ask about the value that makes y equal 0 as shown in the next example. Giving that the equation E equal 22 multiplied to 140 minus n, and says the monthly electric bill E in pounds for a building using n solar panels is given by the equation above. What is the best interpretation of 240 in the equation? They give us four choices. The first one is the building is currently using 240 solar panels. We don't know the number of solar panels as it is given in the equation as a constant n, so we remove this answer. The second choice, the monthly electric bill is 240 without solar panels. The word without solar panels means that n is equal 0, so we'll substitute in the equation. We'll get E equal 22 multiplied to 140 minus 0, which is equal 22 multiplied to 140, which is equal 5280 pound, not 240. We will remove this answer also. The third choice, the electric bill is 0 pound when the building used 240 solar panels. This means that n is equal to 140, and we'll put it in the equation. We will get E equal 22 multiplied to 140 minus 240, which is equal 22 multiplied 0, which is equal 0. That means that the electric bill is 0 when we use 240 panels, which is the third answer. Let's take the last form of y-intercept where y equal mx. That means that c is equal 0. It can be represented graphically as following. It's clear from graph that the line is passing through the origin point. An important tip that you must always memorize: when you see the equation without c constant, then the line is passing through the origin point. Now let's take an example. Which of the following represent the graph of equation y equals 3x? It gives us four graphs. Here the equation is without c constant. Then we are looking for line passing through the origin point. It's not the first answer or the second or the third, it is the fourth answer. I hope this video is useful for you. See you next video.